make it across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a dub for a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call. For real. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Breno Javinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Salt Lake City Pioneers and the Atlanta Falcons. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
Wentz now on first down. Able to find Shaheen here. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Come on now.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 34 yards there and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First down, here's the run with Cook. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. A give. This is Cook. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They pitch it out to Cook. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the 1st before he's brought down. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. Oh, leaves him behind. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
A toss to Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A toss play to Hunt. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit.
Here's Mayfield. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they'll send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Williams able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
I'm bringing it to you. Great. Check. Lucky. Listen.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39! Over! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Following the interception, Mayfield. Looking deep for Elliott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Gone! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Check! Over!
They go play action. Mayfield flush to his right. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Mayfield now on second down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Detroit!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 37. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit!
A first down throw for Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him. Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
A good pickup there, a 22. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the red zone now, Mayfield. His throw incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Mayfield with it once more, eluding the pressure right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Gone!
Mayfield down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Black, come on. Gray 15, Gray 15.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
First down, Mayfield. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
Detroit!
3rd and long for Mayfield. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And after the made field goal, Murray back out there to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Mayfield flushed out right. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Mayfield on first down. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. This one complete to Devin Funchess. Touchdown! Devin Funchess, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He gets away from one. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey. Man 5-7. Switch.
Wentz now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Come on now, let's go.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the 2nd-round pick in 2018. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. They run it again with Cook. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Here we go now.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flinches with a catch over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Gun!
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There we go. Back man. 120. Blitz.
And the blitz does come. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Hang in there now. Good chip. Switch up.
Wentz now on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Come on now. Let's go. Hey, over here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Cook on the toss left. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And then turn to the power game to try to get in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Third and goal, they're going with Chubb. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
And they have the opportunity, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there. 41 yards. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
81, 81. 82, 82.
Wentz to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Line of scrimmage, again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. Shifts by him, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Atlanta, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, this loss cost them in the playoff chase.